Hello, I'm Philip Stoten. We're at Electronica 2016 in Munich, and I'm joined by Mike Skinner from US Tech. Mike, great to see you. I've seen you all week.
Great to be here, thank you.
You've been busy scurrying around, absorbing what's going on.
Yeah.
What have you seen? What's caught your eye?
Well, the show, first of all, is massive. This is my first time here at Electronica. My first real international show outside of the US. So I've been a part of the industry about a year. But the first things that come to mind, first this show, the scale. So there's 3,000 exhibitors, which is
crazy,
insane. It's larger, than the attendance of some small US shows. They're expecting some 75,000 visitors over the 4 days. I read that about 70% of the exhibiting companies are from outside of Germany, so it is truly, I think, an international show.
Yeah.
So it's been a great experience for me as far as developing context for the PCB assembly industry and the EMS, sort of that world.
Yeah, I think that's interesting, and one of the things that has always been strong with this show is because it's biannual, people do invest more people come. And you have the Productronica in the contrasting years, which brings together the equipment suppliers rather than those that are perhaps providing services in the industry. What about the services, the technologies you've seen? Anything stand out?
Yeah, a couple of things stand out. One, it seems to be as the focus turns more towards devices being interconnected, people are starting to put together full package services where you can go to them and they will not only just build your product, but they will help you design your product and build it quickly and do the prototypes and then move it on to full production. It's becoming it seems to be a whole service.
Yeah.
And one of those companies that's starting to do that, I visited Rob Keating at Beta Layout.
Okay.
And they are 3D printing what they call molded interconnect devices in various kinds of shapes, and they don't have to be flexible. They can be, all kinds of different shapes. And then using laser ablation to make conductive trails, and connect the whole thing together. And then they also offer a free software. I think it's Target 3001 or something, and it imports CAD data, and then the designer can build his thing on top of the CAD data from the prototype.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting there is they're using technologies that we've started to see in the consumer market, IoT and 3D printing, to actually impact on the design and manufacturing process. So the IoT to make it all connected, and the 3D printing to get to that rapid prototype model.
I think another interesting thing is the focus here, at least in Germany. We think of German engineering, we think of big car companies. When you're in the US, one of the big things is automotive electronics. So now cars are becoming, computers on wheels, and they really are. And there was a press conference at the beginning of the show where it was mentioned that the automotive and industrial markets are the largest for components, and it's expected to be, billions by 2020. And the largest markets are the US and China, which I thought was interesting, being in a German show and seeing that the largest, one of the largest places these components are all going is to the United States.
Yeah, and interestingly, the way the auto market is moving now. We did a roundtable on automotive electronics earlier in the week, and we're seeing a lot of growth in Mexico in the automotive as companies move there, some in Eastern Europe, but lots of small indigenous automotive companies in China with brands that we've never heard of. So lots of opportunities there, and I don't know, I think somewhere between $2,000 and $4,000 worth of electronics in every car. So it's just a huge opportunity for the sector. Okay, and anything else you've seen here that's caught your eye?
One interesting thing, the last thing, I guess, is that as far as the largest equipment here, there's a hall dedicated just to test equipment, and the flying probe testing, where you touch all the contacts on the board. Those automation platforms, they're seeing, I spoke to a couple of companies, and they are starting to use these automation platforms for more things rather than just testing, because you have this huge, expensive machine that can move around and manipulate objects, and they're starting to use them now for pick and place or for selective soldering.
Okay, so it's taking that hybrid, that successful platform technology, and using it
as
for
a more
hybrid
integrated
use.
service, and I think we're seeing that across from prototyping to the end, to design, to test at the end.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how it all integrates, and that's one of the nice things at a show like this. Normally we'll see each other at an Apex or an SMTAI, and we'll be looking very much in the production area. Here we're seeing much more of the supply chain. Mike, thanks for sitting down and chatting, and always a pleasure to see you. See you at the next one. Thank you.